Que pasa YouTube, 6ftHax here. Have for you guys today, pretty fun, good, and new match I had against my boy HarrisIsAwesome. Of course you guys know who he is, but before I get into the actual battle, if you guys have yet to ask me questions, then a link to the 18K question portion of the special is going to be down below in the description, as well as the thread and paste bin of this pretty cool rain team. Which, let me know if you guys have been playing NU, what you guys think about weather in the NU tier, because I know there's hail, sun, and rain, so really interested to see what you guys' opinions are on that. And going into this matchup, Harris is using a team that is Joey's, if I'm not mistaken. So funny enough, we're each using teams that aren't ours, but this was a really good quick match. If you guys do enjoy, of course, make sure to hammer arm that like button down below. So going into this game, Yanmega plus Slowking were easily the two biggest issues going into this matchup. Yanmega is only an issue outside of rain, and Slowking is just an issue if I can't chip it down, which is actually why I lead off with my Garboder, because depending on what he leads with, then I can either get up one layer or two layers of spikes, which is going to be really good. And because he did lead off with Yanmega and not Steelix, which was the other mon I expected him to lead with, then he's going to be able to only allow me to get up one layer of spikes. But even then, one layer is still good because I still get the chip damage on Slowking, and now I'm able to break the sturdy on the Steelix. So I can bring in my Sableye here, which shouts out to all my old subscribers who know the nickname of this Sableye. Thanks to the prankster, I will be able to get priority Rain Dance off before he's going to be able to knock me out. And funny enough, there was only a 68% chance for him to knock me out here, but it's actually really good that he got the high damage roll because it helps me out, which is going to let me bring in my Ludicolo here and have an extra turn of rain to abuse. So even though the Slowking switching is very obvious, there was the slight chance that maybe Harris was going to try and catch me over predicting, and he does end up making the safe switch into the Slowking as I Hydro Pump. And honestly, there's nothing Assault Vest Slowking can do to Ludicolo here. So me going for Giga Drain was a huge misplay because I didn't fully think out my turn, because at the moment that I switched in Ludicolo, I got a phone call. So I jumped the gun and clicked Giga Drain, when in hindsight, 100% should have clicked Hydro Pump. Even if you left in Slowking, like I said, Assault Vest Slowking can't do anything to Ludicolo. Even if you want to try and stall my rain turns, eventually I'm going to catch him on a prediction and pick up a KO either way. So because I'm not able to get off that extra damage with Hydro Pump, which I'm very positive if I did Hydro Pump, then Ice Beam would have knocked him out here. This Virizion is going to be able to live, and because he is Z-move, he's going to be able to knock me out here. I think depending on which Z-move, I might have been able to live, but because it's Bloom Doom, it's stabbed, and it's going to absolutely annihilate me. I'm actually a really big fan of Z-move Virizion. It is such a good mon in NU. I definitely recommend you guys to try it out. It's kind of like Kabalion in UU, where it just got infinitely better because of Z-move. So he's going to be able to knock me out here, which does kind of suck, but things are still okay because this is definitely still winnable, as I'm going to bring in my Kabutops here. He has no reason to switch out. I have a layer of spikes up. Even if he brings in Slowking, I can then just maybe knock it out the following turn. So him leaving in Virizion here was by far his best play, as in comes the Steelix. Unfortunately, because Steelix is so stupidly bulky, there's no way even in rain that a waterfall is going to be able to knock him out. So what I'm going to try and do is go for the Swords Dance. This way I can be at +2, and unless he's adamant with a whole lot of attack EVs, then there's no way Earthquake knocks me out, and Heavy Slam does even less damage than what Earthquake is going to be doing. So I live one hit from the Steelix most likely, and I get up to +2, which puts me in a position of where he can't comfortably bring in Slowking. So this means I could potentially pick up 2 KOs, and I'm still out of range of where Life Orb or a Choice Banded Ice Shard from Sneasel is going to be able to knock me out, because this Hitmonlee is Scarf, very positive that he doesn't have the Mach Punch, and I don't ever want to see a Scarf and Mach Punch Hitmonlee. That just makes no sense. But I am going to be able to not worry about any move Hitmonlee wants to go for, and I'm able to knock him out, as in comes the Yanmega. This is actually perfectly fine, because while I do have to choose something here to sack off, Yuxi does have a 50% chance to live a Specs Tinted Lens Yanmega's Bug Buzz, which is really nice because it all really comes down to a coin flip here. Now, I know it's a little bit odd that I sacked off my Kingdra, but as long as he had Assault Vest Slowking, I literally didn't do anything with Kingdra because I'm Choice Specs. Maybe if I was Life Orb, I could have saved Kingdra and tried to win with that, but as long as I live a Bug Buzz here, I can get on my Rain and I win the game with Kabutops, unfortunately. at this point, I think we all know Harris is lucky, and I am unlucky. So he's going to be able to, unfortunately, get the 50-50 roll there, knock out my Yuxi, and in return be able to finish off my Kabutops for the victory in his favor. But like I said, if he didn't knock me out there with the Bug Buzz, if he didn't get the 50% roll and I lived on just like 1 HP, I could have got up the rain, and then Kabutops probably would have been able to win me the match because I knocked out Yanmega, I knocked out Steelix, and then I think depending on damage rolls, and if I don't know if I needed a crit or not to finish off the Slowking, but either way, it was still a fun, good match to Harris. Of course, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to hammer on that like button down below. Let me know what you guys think about weather in the NU tier. I definitely want to try out Hail and Drought next, probably. Rain has been fun. Rain is always fun for me because I never really play with it much. But yeah, guys, if you still have questions that you would like to ask me as well, then 18K special Q&A question portion is down below in the description, so go check that out and ask your questions there. So this is not even 6 minutes, holy crap. Alright, I'm out of here because I don't want to ramble on. So later, guys.
Cause my brain and heart are both tied in the knot, and this hinders me from crying a lot. This causing me to show no emotion. But when I said I cared, I wasn't joking. But I guess it's too late for me to become broken. For now, I'm living with no more pain, tears, or hoping. I'm just coasting. Yeah, I said I'm coasting. No more pain, tears, and hoping. For real.